Hey, how's it going out there? This is Two Birds, One Show. I'm DeeTer, that's Ricky.
Yo.
We talk about Philadelphia sports and craft beer on BGSE network. So we got a special guest. Should we just bring him on?
Yeah.
I was bringing on. I got a good friend of mine, John, from South Jersey Fermentation Group Guild. There he is. How's it going, John?
Yeah. What's going on?
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
So it's a South Jersey Fermentation Guild, right?
Club.
Or club. All right.
But you're close enough. Barley legal. Used to be
barley legal back in the day.
Offended people, so we are now South Jersey Fermentation Club.
I feel like everybody these days is always offended with something. Yeah, I mean, I'm fucking always. I can't say shit no more.
Nah, you can't say anything, man.
So we usually talk about craft beer first. We'll get into some sports. What are you drinking on there, John?
Right now I got my Kilkenny clone.
Oh, man.
You turned me on to Kilkenny. So I decided to make my own. I got the nitro set up, and it's pretty nice beer. My lighting sucks out here, but sitting out.
That's a good brewer right there, man. You just tell him what you want, and then he'll go out and make it happen, man. He's awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait to bring your beer on. My rep told me today they'll be able to probably get it to us probably early September. So I'm going to try to get it on once it gets to the bar. I'm going to try to get on tab as quick as possible, and I'll just let you guys know the exact date when it happens. So you guys, if you want to set some up or not, just to let you know.
Yeah, I'll definitely get a bunch of people together. We'll come over.
Sweet,
awesome,
sweet.
Man. Yeah,
I gotta check your place out anyway.
So
I've been there for lunch a couple times, but
what'd you say it was? A saison?
Yeah, it's saison.
Nice.
Yeah, it's like 6.5%.
Nice. Wow, can't wait to try it.
That's a pretty hefty saison. Usually, man, they're rolling around like 4.5 or 5 or something.
Ferment out, man. That yeast chews that shit up and like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
So it ferments out pretty low. So
any special junks or any special additives?
I got a bunch of orange peel in the Whirlpool.
Nice.
And then we also put Howard Tower Blanc hops in the Whirlpool.
Okay.
Yeah, a little citrusy, pineapple-y thing going on.
Nice. Now, the contest you won, how many people were in the contest?
I think it was like 30.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice,
well
man.
done. Congrats. That's fucking awesome.
Thank you. A bunch of people from my club entered, but they didn't win.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Your club, they always have great beer festivals. Been to a few of them, man, and a good bunch of brewers, man. Every time we go, we always have like great beer in the different tents and stuff.
Yeah, there's another one coming up first weekend in November. I think it's the 4th.
Okay.
We're at Tonewood parking lot.
I got to get over to one of them. I really do.
And that's awesome that Toadwood lets you use the park a lot to do it, man. And it's fucking great because you sit and you drink all these home brew beers and you walk over to Toadwood and have a pint or two, man. It really is just a great event.
I love Tonewood. For anybody listening or anybody that cares, whatever out there, Tonewood is phenomenal too, man. They are, for my money, in my top 2 or 3 favorite Jersey breweries. They're putting out such consistently good stuff and good variety. I love their stuff.
Yeah, they really do.
But what are you drinking on, Ricky?
So tonight, real quick, John, I wanted to ask you: are you who's the guy that like the head brewer at Tonewood? Is that Eli?
Yeah, Eli is the head brewer at Tonewood. He's like
do you ever brew with him?
No.
Oh, you never did a collab with them?
No, I never did with him. No.
Okay. So I got Biden's Impulse.
Nice.
Wow, man, that's a light colored beer, man.
Yeah, you got almost
chalky.
Oats.
Yeah, a ton of oats. No, it's mild. I was expecting a little more, but it's there. I mean, I look at it's Fiden's for me hit its home runs. That's fantastic. The body's beautiful. The mouthfeel is great. Like you said, the oats they're using give you that hint of sweetness. And then I love those South Pacific hops. I mean, it's definitely got Galaxy. I think it's got some Matueka in it. So this is right up my alley. This is a wheelhouse for me. I like this a lot.
Yeah, Fidens, man, they can't do no wrong. Have you had much Fidens, John?
I had a few Al hooked me up with.
Yeah, he's good for that, man. He always brings her.
He always gets the Fidens. They're the only ones I've ever had when he brings them.
Al drinks some good shit, man. I follow Al on Untapped, man. He drinks a lot of good shit. And shout out to Al, dude.
Yeah. Well, him and Jeff, they got me going to Trogs on Sunday, man.
Nice.
That's a bit of a ride, man. But they're like, dude, the food's great, the beer's great, and I've heard good things. So I got to go. We're going on the beer tour. I heard that's pretty cool. You can sit and drink on the tour while they take you around. So I'm all about that. That's
a core memory trip right there, man. You and your boys heading all the way out to Hershey that's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, can't wait. It's gonna be a good time. So I got legalize big donks.
Who the fuck makes that?
Fair State. It's from my buddy Scott in Minnesota.
Nice.
Dude.
Cheers to that.
Dude, awesome West Coast style IPA. And
I'm definitely in that club, yo. So shout out to me. No,
and you get that, I mean, it just tastes and smells like herb, dude. It's fucking great.
Piney.
Nice.
Piney resin. But yeah, man, you definitely get that little bit of floral to it, man. It smells like buds.
Nice. Does that got a high IBU on that, DeeTer?
I wouldn't say so. I'm pounding it. It's going down way too easy.
What's the ABV on that?
I'm trying to look for something. I don't see it, man.
Huh. Well, I only asked because I remember back in the day when me and you were fucking housing IPAs, we were looking for the highest IBUs we could get, fucking pallet wreckers. Now, I mean, you look at done complete fucking 180. Now I'm looking for these New Englands with the low IBUs with, but still getting, my IPA flavor. It's weird how fucking.
Well, West Coast rides between that 7 to 8%, and I would say this is on that line, man.
Nice.
You usually get that nice malt sweetness to it, that red color, and then just pound it with hops, dude. And that's what this is. This is delicious. I've had a lot of Fair State because I'm lucky to have a friend out in Minnesota, and they make some good beers, man.
What's the hop profile like in that? Would you say just like is it your classic West Coast? Remember West Coast used to usually, you see how now like with New England, I mean they use everything too, but West Coast used to have a solid core of ones they used compared.
It tastes like back in the day,
Centennial, Cascade, Chinook, maybe
Cascade.
It tastes like Hemperor. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like it's got that hemp taste to it, dude. I don't know what hop that is. You know what I mean? I couldn't put that in there. I've never been able to pinpoint that one, but yeah, it definitely has that Fegley's hops. Something that's
nice.
A hemp taste to it, dude. There's no citra. It's a piney resin combination. It's just too old school for me to pick apart. You know what I mean?
That's cool. No, I just one. I didn't know if it said it on there.
Get the old Nugget and all that.
Yeah, right. Nugget, Cascade, maybe
some Simcoe.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I had a little
West Coast, like they stopped. They don't even go as bitter as they used to. They're adding more late hops.
And this isn't really bitter. It just has that grassy back tone to it. You know what I mean? That just gives it that nice little taste to it. That's like, okay, this is a West Coast style. It's not like real fruity. It's not
creamy.
not creamy, right? There's not like the whole oat body to it. It's nice and thin, but it feels like you're just eating a handful of nuts.
Pine cone.
Yeah, but they seem to have gone away from that too. Like they seem to be more, late edition hops, like the like the New England styles. So they don't have all the bittering hops, and it doesn't taste like straight up pine tree. You get some fruit and stuff in the in your flavor and your aroma.
Right. You used to get that resin piney taste that like you're licking a pine tree or something like that.
Yeah. Well, John, let me ask you, because listen, you're probably one of the most expert brewers I ever get to talk to. Do you feel like back then they did a lot more hops in the boil to kind of bitter intentionally and then lay off a little bit on, say, the dry hopping or, the late edition?
Yeah, like a beer like Cape of Good Hope from Yards.
Yeah, Yards.
Is like super piney. Like all their hops were like right in the beginning of the boil. So that just bangs out like all that bitterness.
Nice.
And pine. And they probably hopped it all throughout too. But the more you put in the beginning of the boil, the bitterer it's going to be.
Nice.
But now, you mix in some Mosaic and Citra or something with that, and then you get a really nice modern West Coast.
Everything now is like late hop.
Everything
dry hop. Yeah.
Like they'll do a bittering edition, like some Columbus, because that's a real dank hop. Get that in the bitter, and then bring it up to like 60 IBUs. But then they'll still put all the fruity stuff in the Whirlpool and in the dry hop.
Now, last time I was brewing, I would buy like a little hot shot and just give it a little little shot of the resin, and then that would be the bitterness. And I wouldn't even put any hops in.
Yeah,
wait till the end of the
a lot of breweries do that. So it's like a concentrated Columbus,
right? Does the yeast you use, John? If you were brewing a New England versus West Coast, would you use a different type of yeast for each of them?
Yeah. Like the New England styles use like a London ale yeast.
Okay.
And like most West Coast, they use basically the same yeast as Sierra Nevada. The Chico strain, which they developed, I guess.
Yes.
But it's basically West Coast. You do Chico. And East Coast, you do a London 3, or there's some other variations. Imperial has juice, but they just and they're derived from Alchemist and stuff.
Nice.
I know we should be talking about sports, but just such a knowledge of beer, man.
I know. Listen, I try to take in all the knowledge I can when John's on. I learn some new shit every fucking time. I love learning about beer.
So what's on deck, John? What do you got brewing next, man?
Tomorrow I'm going to brew a fest beer.
Nice.
To build up some German yeast. I'm going to start like a quick round of German beers. I'm going to do I'll do the fest beer tomorrow. Then I'll probably do like an Oktoberfest and a Doppelbock after that.
Oh,
Doppelbock. Have you ever done like a Marzen where you'll actually brew it in March and then hold it over until late September?
I'm too impatient for that. I'll brew like an Oktoberfest now.
Oh, nice.
Having it come out early October.
Nice.
Oh man, I already seen Yingling post up their Oktoberfest. I'm like,
which by the way is a pretty good fucking Oktoberfest.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait, dude. There we go. There's a comment. John, I'm coming over for the
Jeff. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, I'm going to do a bunch of German beers, man.
Yeah, Jeff likes the old style beers, man. That's why he's the one that put the Trogs idea in our head, or we got to go to Trogs. He's been trying to do this, I would say, for a year, man, for all of us to take a trip out there and do the tour. Because I think he did it around winter time, but a storm came and we had to cancel it. You know what I mean? Because you have to buy the tour ahead of time or something like that.
Yeah. So the other thing I'm getting into is some Czech lagers too. I bought a bunch of Bohemian malt. I bought some Bohemian dark floor molded and Bohemian Pilsner floor molded. So I'm going to do some decoctions and mess around, like try to get more fermentability out of the malt.
Can you break down to me too? Like you talking about a Czech lager, which I really like a lot. But what's the difference between like a Czech lager, a German, or even like now you see like Italian pilsners a lot? Do you find it's subtle differences in the different types, or it's a way different beers each one?
I think they're way different. Like an Italian pilsner is typically just like a pilsner, but it's dry hop with a lot of like probably German hops like
the Nobles,
Hallertau or Mittelfrüh or Hirschberger and stuff like that. Even Saaz. So and they're really like I just had one a Human Robot and it's really hoppy. But it's all in the dry hop. It's all in aroma. It's a little bitter and then it's got a lot of aroma.
Nice.
Above like noble hops. And then, like a German pilsner is going to be super bitter.
Okay.
And like a Czech pilsner is more soft. Like it's got a good like hop backbone, but it's not super bitter like a German.
Okay.
It's a soft profile.
Out of three, I would say the Czech lager has been my favorite so far. But Human Robot just does it so well. You know what I mean? Like
10, and I have a Czech 10, but it's it's no Human Robot, but it's pretty damn good. And I just started drinking it.
Like you said, it's just an easier drinker. It's not like really.
Yeah, it's softer than a German Pils. It's like not as harsh as far as the bittering hops.
Yeah, Jeff's all about those old world beers, man. He
nice.
Loves,
I like it.
Yeah, you like them, John? That's pretty neat, man.
I'm more into lagers now, like drinking. I like brewing lagers. I'm trying to just improve my brewing overall.
A whole scope of things, huh?
If you can brew a good pilsner, I mean, because there's nowhere to hide anything. If you do like a big stout or something, you can add all kinds of adjuncts and flavors and cover up any flaws. With a pilsner, you can't really do that.
I've heard that. I've heard the mark of a really good brewer is how well he does a pilsner. I harken back to because I was talking to somebody, my buddy, shout out to Billy Lau, home brewer from way back in the day, him and Bobby Bennett and Dave Liddell. Some of the old school guys that used to do it would always say that. And they say that guy AJ over at Bonesaw brews a hell of a pilsner, said very true to style. And it's a really good beer. And you know me, DeeTer, I don't drink a ton of pilsners, but that one's really good too. I'm a big fan of that. AJ, he does good stuff over there.
Yeah,
I'm trying to get into it, man, but I love my IPAs, dude. It's tough.
Usually, the pilsners are come down beers for me. I'll drink like tonight. I'll have like 4 or 5 double IPAs, and then I'll go in. I'll put some online poker, some classic rock on. I'll drink a couple pilsners, and then pass out.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just trying to, just for me, just brewing them. See if I'm better at brewing than I was, a couple years ago.
Well, man, you're a mad scientist, man. You got it locked down, dude. Every time I come over, I see you got some new gadgets or some new way of doing things, and it's just amazing, man. Like the last time you were like all pressurized and everything.
The pressure ferments. Yeah,
that's just crazy, man. Like to get to that, like specific little things, man. It takes a lot, man. It does.
Yep.
I mean, from all the stuff I hear, man, you're fucking amazing, bro. Like to us beer geeks like this, dude, we love knowing people like you, dude. Like, I can't talk beer enough with people like you. That's just fucking fascinating. I mean, I love doing that. I mean, I just drink beer,
Yeah.
I minor brewing I've done with DeeTer, but I don't know shit, on your level. So it's good to hear all that fucking knowledge being dropped. I love it.
But your beer is going to be at Kings Road, right? And it might be
Kings Road, Medford. I don't think they can transport it between breweries. some of those stupid New Jersey laws. So it'll be at Medford. They're going to have like a release party.
Nice.
I don't know exactly when. End of the month, maybe early September.
And then House of Brews.
House of Brews. You want to get a keg?
I hit my rep up today for a half keg. I said, as soon as you can get it to me, get it to me. He's like, it's in the tank. He's like, I should be able to get to you early September. I said, awesome. So I'm going to try to get that on tap as quick as possible and get that rolled out, get your name out there. You know what I mean? Start getting the word out.
Cool.
And then the beer event in November, right?
Our fermentation club does the November. It's a food drive. We collect food for South Jersey Food Bank, and
nice.
And it's a good time.
Yeah,
probably 20 tenths of people with 4 or 5. I have 4 or 5, 6 taps. Some people have 2 or 3. But we always have a great time. Always some really good beers. Home brewers are doing pretty well over there.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Dude,
I always love going
to the event.
Yeah, DeeTer, you got to get me over to that motherfucker, dude. Yeah. I gotta get out and come on one of these events. Plus, I love donating to charity. Anything that helps people, I'm all about. Anytime, anywhere. So that I got to get over there.
Yeah, and if you're ever around on Friday, let me know. You can come on over.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, right. Every Friday, man. He's got the setup.
So, real quick, let me take what do you think, DeeTer and John? Just a double IPA. What do you think? A double IPA, or I might knock it down to just a pale ale?
We got us.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm going with the double, dude. I wanted to anyway. I don't even, I don't know why I was fucking holding myself back. I got to drink what I love.
What would DeeTer do?
Yeah, exactly. Ask yourself, what would DeeTer do?
I started off with the West Coast, but yeah, I got some doubles down there. I'm gonna be picking apart. Oh man, yeah, my last box from Scott. He mixed it up. There wasn't too many triples in there. I was a little upset about that, but he put some awesome beers in. That guy, man, he knows how to drink beer.
Shout out to Scott, man.
Yeah. He hooks you up. Those Black Stacks are awesome.
They do put out some good beers out there, man. Black Stack rules.
Oh, man. Whew. And then the kids taking over because the dad passed away or something. They're still doing really good stuff, man. Yeah. I had a stout that Scott sent me. It was like certain oatmeal cookie, chocolate chip cookie. There's all these like cookies put together for a stout. I was like, holy crap, man. It was really good.
Nice.
But, let's do
something. I hit the fridge and grab something.
No, right? Let's see.
I'm going with Batch 6000 from Treehouse.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah.
6,000. What's that about?
Batch 6000. Sorry, it's kind of the lighting's out here is not great. I'll be honest with DeeTer. They write like 2 fucking huge paragraphs. All I can decipher, it's 8.3% double IPA. It's got a great nose on it. But look, it's got it's a whole paragraph, and it's too dark out here. I can't even. But it's probably some commemorating their 6,000th batch of beer. I don't know.
And just for the watchers out there, we will get to the sports eventually.
Yeah,
because we have some good.
I like beer talk.
Oh shit, man!
I like beer talk.
Oh man!
Anybody out there that's watching, shout out to people that follow us every week. Our loyalists, Bonnie, Sue, Rich, and Lynn. Jeff and the crew, and all of them. Shout out to everybody. You guys are the best. Love seeing you guys out there.
Yeah. It's such a nice treat to get John on to have a guest, dude. We're getting back into things.
I agree.
Football's starting up, and we're going to have more and more guests on.
We dragged through the summer. We did it. We got through with only one sport playing,
right?
And we got through it. Now the busy season, as they say, is coming up.
Yeah, football is our time to shine.
Yeah, buddy.
But, here's a Black Stack. Nice and chill. 7%.
Nice. Is that double?
No, I wish it was only 7, but I might.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it's not too shabby.
This Biden's, by the way, that I had before this was I'm looking at now was only 7.5. So
still pretty potent.
Yeah. Listen, I drink 5 or 6 of them. I'm still feeling fucking nice.
I got the crusher before you guys can get the crusher.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
I can't wait to try it.
Oh, man, that's going to be good, dude.
I think you had it, DeeTer.
I think I did too. Yeah, I think it was like it was the left tap or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, it's so hard for me when I go to your place, man, because I love Kilkenny beer, and that's like I'm so fucking focused. You know what I mean? That's like one of my favorite beers. Your Kilkenny clone is phenomenal, and I know like I enjoyed all your other beers that we had, but man, I don't get to have that, and that's one of the beers that I guess kind of like, you know, growing up, you know what I mean? Like when I was in Australia and stuff, like when I was of age to drink and everything in the Navy, I used to always love, you know, going to the bar and drinking that. And even when your buddy Rick was working at was it Lazy Lanigan's, they had it there, and it's just a good Irish red beer on nitrous. And you don't get that. You know what I mean? Like, I like Smithwick's. It's good, but that's a nice Irish red kind of Guinness type of beer.
Does Guinness make that? Is that Guinness Brewery?
Yeah, I believe it is.
Is it?
It is.
But they don't sell it here. There is some places that have it. There's a place I found. My friend, I don't know if you know him, Rick. Frank Hiller. He works for one of the distributors. He cleans beer lines and stuff. He goes all over.
I mean, if I saw him, I'd probably recognize him. Yeah. If he met me, he'd probably like, that dude's a fucking asshole. What the hell's a brew?
Yeah, he's like a major beer guy. Like,
nice.
He's in the homebrew club, and he's like, oh, I was telling him I was going to brew a clone of it for the Kilkenny, and he's like, oh, you can get that at Dooney's in Delran. I'm like, okay. So I went there and had lunch and had a few beers, and it was pretty damn good. And
nice.
It was all right for mine at that time.
I remember the text. You're like, yeah, man, this is pretty good beer. For me, to get a text from him to say that, I'm like, yes, there you go, man. There's my one good deed. Here's a good nitrous red, because his Guinness clone's awesome. His Guinness clone is phenomenal. He's got a nice nitrous setup. So I figure, well, you know, a red Irish red on nitrous, why not? You know?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh my god, this is pretty damn good. Yeah, this Black Stack, Citra and Chill.
Nice.
It's not too potent, but I love how like they always say like what's in it.
Yeah,
like,
it tells you all everything.
God. Pilsner malt, rice,
and Chico, which is Sierra Nevada yeast.
Hand selected Citra. It's just a good, like, I guess like an orangey like Pilsner. You know what I mean? Like, it's not too heavy.
Oh, it's a Pilsner?
It has Pilsner malt.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if it was an IPA.
Coffee on the pan. It's just a light beer, but I would say it says IPA, but I would call it a pale ale. You know what I mean? Like it's not overpowering. It's just a nice orangey little pale ale, but for 7%, man, it's I'll kill this. Yeah, this is a good beer.
Hey, John, to circle back real quick, when you were talking about Guinness, and because, like I said, I want to learn about beer any chance I get. So Guinness is a dry Irish stout. How do you make a stout dry? Like, what do you do in the process that makes it dry?
So basically, you want to the Irish yeast kind of attenuates more. It eats more of the sugars, and that's how they dry it out. And also the flake barley. And like but mainly the yeast just eats more sugar.
Okay. So the term Guinness, like a dry Irish stout. So it basically is referring to the yeast they're using.
Yeah, and also like if you put like
can I say something?
Not really Guinness, but yeah, go ahead, Matt.
Like a champagne dry, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
like a champagne yeast you would use, or no?
Well, it's actually
it's
Irish
not
ale yeast,
right, but it kind of clears it out a little bit. You know what I mean? It's
just
more thinner.
Chews up more of the sugar.
Right.
Different yeast will chew more. Like say, like a lot of IPAs, like Old West Coast.
Yeah.
What they did to make them so dry and crisp was they put sugar in the boil as well, and the sugar like the yeast just chews up the sugar even before it hits the malt because it's
no shit.
It's less complex. And the same thing, you could dry out a stout by putting that in, but for the most part, it's just the yeast is more. It just chews through more.
It's like a booster, right? You'll boost up the ABV, but you won't.
So
you
like
won't use the grains.
That's like what they did with the West Coast. The old school West Coast was they did like a, they would add a couple pounds of sugar, dextrose, corn sugar, or whatever. Add that
DME,
and it would. So they would have typically it would be like a 5% beer, but it boosted up to a 6.5% beer.
Yeah,
because of the extra sugar.
Sugar, like say like a Ballast Point, like a Sculpin or something. They always added sugar to that stuff.
I miss Sculpin, man. I used to drink the shit out of Sculpin, dude.
Yeah, that was the first IPA I liked. At first, stuff. I hated IPAs. I hated the Pine Tree thing, and then I had Sculpin. I'm like, IPAs are awesome.
I gotta give a shout out to my buddy Dom, your friend too, Dom and I, who turned me on to the IPAs, because I remember back in the day, I didn't know if I realized I was drinking craft beer or not, but I used to drink like Chimay a lot, stuff like that, or even, some of the Sam Adams variants when they would do, all their different variants. And that was kind of my foot in. I didn't like IPAs. I was like, I don't like that taste. And then Dom brought me to a barbecue up in Philly one weekend, and all we had was IPAs. So I drank, that's all I drank. By the next weekend, I started craving the taste. I'm like, that's fucking, I want to get that taste back. And it was, and then from then on, it was IPAs nonstop.
Once you get the taste of the hops,
it's good because I think too, because I like marijuana so much. I think because that hops and marijuana are they're like cousins.
They're cousins. They're related somehow.
Dude, you should see my two hop plants outside, man. They're huge. Nice. They're like buds all over.
We got Centennial.
You'll be getting those, John. They're Cascades.
Oh, nice.
I got Cascades. The Nugget didn't do too well, but out of the 4 Cascades I have, 2 of them, man, they're just
like a nice Sierra Nevada beer, Yeah,
man. I like Cascade, man. Get a little sweetness to it, a little nice backbone malt. You're in business, man. Cascade's not too bad.
Yeah, I like it.
DeeTer and John, what did you think? Speaking of when we're talking Sierra Nevada, those West Coast beers, what did you think when you saw the news with Anchor? And second question, were you an Anchor fan? And John, you like the steam beer and that stuff?
I like the Anchor steam was pretty good. I like the Christmas beer.
The Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
We had some of that in the fridge. Somebody brought it over, and I was drinking. I was like, "Wow, this is pretty good." But the Anchor Steam I bought a couple times just to try it. I never tried it, and it was all right.
Yeah, mild.
I feel like the steam beer is like the Cali. What's
like a table beer?
Cali Com.
Yeah, Cali Com. I feel like
the way that works is like it's a lager yeast. They use a special yeast too. It's a lager yeast, but it ferments warmer, like at ale temperatures. Because they did like open fermentations in like big vats, like Allagash does, like with their
diesel.
What's it called? What's the
Jeff busted my balls.
Open cool ship. Allagash uses a cool ship.
Okay.
But
I guess with their saison and stuff.
And that's what a type of yeast, the cool ship?
No, a cool ship is like an open fermenter. It's like just a big tub in like a clean room.
Like they do with like wild ales and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's how Anchor Steam was also fermented.
Oh, okay.
Now I heard Anchor stouts were phenomenal. I heard like they were. Well, I heard they were hard to get, and then that's the only reason why I got on that beer ordering something.
Abor?
Abor. Yeah, something like that. Because, well, my buddy Al was like, they got awesome stouts, and they're like, $25-$30 a bottle.
Wow.
I'm like, wow. Right. I'm like, there's no way they're better than Kane in New Jersey. But we tried it. It was good. Yeah.
What was it better than Kane? Honestly. That's a bold statement, man. Their Kane's putting out fucking killer stouts, man.
Yeah.
There's so many stouts that are like
Anchor really putting Butterfingers in their stouts, like
other half with the Snickers and the Butterfinger. There's some good stouts, man, and we were lucky to be on the East Coast and get them, but it's just trying something different, and Al's all about that. Al will go to everywhere to try the beer out, man. I will say he's a fucking trooper, man. Yeah.
Yep. Man, respect. The kid travels, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's always going somewhere. Standing in
line. I'm happy.
I know him, and he can bring stuff to me.
Oh
shit. Here we go. Good beer talk, but what about the Phillies?
Holy shit, Sue! Hold on, Sue, you're still awake? Sue, you're a fucking trooper. Love you. Yo, she was at my bar earlier today, and I was making her fucking rum and cokes really fucking strong just to see if she could make it to the podcast because she's like, I'm gonna stay up for it. I said, we'll see about that. You're a trooper, Sue.
Dude, that was an awesome game last night, dude.
Oh, listen,
last night was amazing.
One of the most emotional games I ever got to see in my life. Several times I'm looking at Wilson hit the home run with his family there and his dad tearing up. And as a dad, I'm like, that hits the heartstrings. And then fucking on top of it, Lorenzen throws a no-hitter with his wife and infant daughter in the stands.
Yeah,
that was just his first time up, man. He hit a home run, dude. Like, how does that even fucking happen, dude? Welcome to the major leagues.
That's marbles, kid. That kid got fucking cojones,
Bird, man. Marlon Bird was the last one.
Dude.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? He's a Hall of Famer now, ain't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, Lorenz no hitter, man. Oh my god, dude. The game was insane. And Topper, the coach, he said it perfectly. He's like, I'll go put it to you like this, dude. Out of a season game, that was the coolest game ever. Because it was a no-hitter. You had Cassiano hit his 200 home run, and then the guy coming up from the, up to the minors to the majors, hitting a home run first bat. Dude,
yeah.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, that was an awesome game.
Yeah. And
game of the year so far.
The fact that old Topper didn't pull him out after 100 pitches exactly.
Yeah. Really, man.
Amazing. You have Wheeler pitching an awesome game. 100 pitches. See you later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's insane, dude. Yeah, really. How did he not get pulled out, man?
I was just hoping he wouldn't pull him.
And
thank God he left them in.
Yeah, just let him go.
I'll play my nails.
That place would have went fucking bonkers if he tried to pull him.
You see Marte warming up like, oh, you're like having a heart attack.
Yeah, man, I was fucking biting my nails. I'm like, dude, just one more, man.
Yeah.
Can I say this too? And it harkens back to last Thursday. I think we talked about it last week. The Phillies were just about to come home from their 7-game road trip in fucking in Florida and their other spot. And Trey Turner had done really poorly. And I was like, let's take the narrative of everybody always shitting in the face of us Philly fans, because everybody's expecting us to boo the shit out of this dude in his darkest fucking time. I was like, let's turn it around and cheer the fuck, and they did. And even Thomas said the ripples it sent, I think, affected the whole team, because they're 5-2 since then, and they're fucking lighting it up. They should be 6-1 if it wasn't for a shitty ump call on the blown save by Craig Kimbrell the other night. That should have been a strikeout, but the ump shit the bed. So I feel like that positive energy rippled through the team and had a major effect.
And it was so cool that I think like him and the team bought like billboards and said like, "Thank you, Philly,
for getting my back."
Awesome, yeah, man, that's
Mad
fucking
respect.
Great.
Yeah, that was really awesome. I think they need to do that for Aaron Nola next time he pitches, because he's had some rough starts.
Yeah.
I remember last year too. Remember when Bohm had that? He was having a rough time, and he said, "I fucking hate this place." And you can see on the and he came out after the game and said, "Yeah, I said it." And you know what? The next night they gave him a standing ovation. Yeah. And since then, that kid has been he's one of the top 20 players in all of baseball right now.
Yeah. The way he hits with people on base is amazing.
Amazing. He's an RBI eater, dude.
Him and all the young guys on the Phillies. You got Stott, you got Marsh. Those guys are tearing it up.
How do you feel about him playing on first base, man?
I like him better at third, but he plays both pretty well.
I thought at third.
I hope Bryce is all right. Speaking of first baseman, he left the game tonight. Hope he's all right. I think they said back spasm, maybe.
Shit.
So I hope he's okay.
He's not hitting home runs, but the dude's hitting.
Yeah, he's up there around 298.
Driving in runs, and he's hitting, up the middle, base hits, line drives.
Fucking Castellanos, man. What about him, man?
He found his dude. I feel like that standing ovation helped him out too, because he's been lighting it up since then.
Even Schwarber, he had runs. What was it, Tuesday afternoon? In the first game, he hit 2, and I don't know. They need to give everybody a standing ovation.
Yeah, let's. I know ESPN loves to bury us Philly fans, but let's show them, that we got class. We're a great fan base. You even saw Bryce the other day. He's like, "Man, I wish I started my career here."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that quote from him.
He's definitely bought into the Philly way, man. He's got the whole Philly fanatic wardrobe and going strong, dude. He's got the belt, the shoes, and everything. Dude, he's gonna be with us for a long time, and I'm happy, man, because he's a great fucking guy. And he's brought nothing but talent into this team. Romuto, he wanted Romuto as a catcher. We got him in, and Stott, who was his family friends
in Vegas.
Stott's fucking awesome.
Yeah, so, he's going to win a batting title someday. Remember, I told you that.
Yeah, that guy, he's just a solid hitter, man. He just fights off pitches until he walks or hits.
Yeah. Yep, he makes a pitcher work to him until he gets the pitch he wants.
Yeah, he's getting probably averages 10, 15 pitches in the bat.
Yeah, and the amount of hits he gets with 2 strikes is unbelievable. Kid's a stud.
Yeah, we're very lucky, man.
Marsh is pretty damn good.
Oh yeah. Hope he gets back soon.
And you got this kid out in center field at Rojas.
That kid is fucking awesome.
Awesome defensively. He gets some hits too. He's had some key hits in the last couple games.
That kid can play.
Now, how do you feel about the talent we have now and the talent that we had last year?
I think we're better.
Yeah. I think so too, man.
I think we got a lot more homegrown. Last year you had guys. I think like Verling and the kid that played the infield, both of them are on the Tigers now.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
They both they're solid players, but they're not when you got Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber, and they're not going to get the time.
Right.
Yeah, that kid was at second base. The other guy, I forget his name, but I know Carshield, Matt Vierling. But they're both doing pretty well in Detroit. So,
Is your dog, John?
That's my neighbors.
Damn, that's a big fucking dog. Holy shit!
They dog sit. I don't know. It's not
Damn.
dog. They have a little dog.
Don't go creeping through John's neighbor's yard.
Nope.
Not in the middle of the night.
Nope.
And the back music, don't worry about that. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah. Scared the shit out of you when you walk by.
Our buddy Warren just went to the Pantera concert. He said it was
my boy Bob.
Man. Yeah.
Yep. Hey, grab a beer.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to probably grab a beer. Jesus Christ. This is a show. This is a... God damn it. But... Oh, man.
Yeah.
Buckle up, people. Buckle up.
I kicked it down a notch. I got the Woodstock Pale Ale from Treehouse. Oh, fuck, man. That's like the second beer I spilled tonight. I almost never spill shit either, too. Fuck. So, anyhow, the Woodstock Pale Ale, 6.8%. So, kind of session beer.
All right.
Session beer if you're not a pussy.
There you go. Hey, gentlemen, go Philly. Go Philly. Go
Yeah.
Birds.
Rozier was watching earlier. I kept burping. He's like, yo, you just be burping on there like that? Like, yeah, that's how we do. We ain't ESPN. And they ain't never going to hire me anyway, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good, dude. I like a good pale ale, man. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's Treehouse Pale Ale.
Yeah, the Woodstock Pale Ale.
All right.
Nice.
That's really good. That's a Savor can, too. That's dope. Yeah, that's a nice pale ale. That's really good.
Nope. I'm going with the
Nice.
Queen.
Nice.
Walking in the fog, man.
Fogs are always solid beers.
Yeah. I was a little bit jealous today. My buddy Jeff had a Simcoe Wandering in the Fog triple
dry hop.
Oh my God, dude!
I just got it today. Shout out to my boy Raj at Clayton Liquor.
Shit.
Good old Raj.
I was there last week, man.
I know he told me. He brought it up today when I was in there.
Oh, yeah. Good shit,
yeah,
man.
He brought
I
up.
love Raj.
We were talking about the podcast, Two Birds, One Show. He's like, yeah, your buddy Matt was in. He was talking about it. I was like, yeah. Like, we'll be on tonight.
Hell yeah, dude. Because I was like, yeah, we do it like Thursday nights or something, you know? I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
Dude,
I told Raj, I tell him I give him a lot of shout outs, a lot of good pubs. So I said, whenever I do, I'll tag you in the podcast. So, whether if you want to mix it up or hit like or share, whatever.
Yeah, well, dude, he's got the setup, dude, for bourbon
and tequila.
Holy crap, dude.
Yes.
He got rid of all the taps, right?
Yeah, all the growler stations gone.
So he's all about hard liquor now, huh?
Yeah, well, but he still brings a lot of good beers.
Yeah, man, beers, like cans and whatnot.
Yeah, just the cans. Which, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I like the cans better. Not to say I don't like a crowler, if it's something rare, if I'm going to drink it right away. But crowlers, if I get cans, at least I know I can sit on for a little bit if I have to. Crowlers, I always feel like, man, I got to drink this right away.
Yeah, you do, especially from a place like that.
Yeah.
Roger Wilco has them, Pennsauken. You gotta drink them quick. They're like growlers. They're not gonna last long. They don't have anything to take the oxygen out.
Right.
Yeah, you're gonna get tuned up, dude. You're gonna drink 32 ounces to the head. Because
that's if you only get one. Say you went over to Bobcat and they had Root and Branch on, and they had 2 fucking bullies on there. Like, I'm drinking both of them fucking beers. I'm not saving it for next night, so it's flat and I'm losing 15% of the flavor. I'm drinking the Crowlers I get.
Yeah.
Now on the other end, I have seen like the 16-ounce Crowlers where it's like a tall can and a spin top or some shit.
Oh, nice.
No, it's not nice because they charge it. Yeah, they charge a lot of money for those.
Really?
So you're better. Yeah, you're better off with the 32.
Oh no, shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, because you gotta pay for that tall can and the spin technology or whatever.
What's the ounces? What is it? 32 ounces or 16?
It's like a tall can. Yeah, it's like a 16. So. It depends where you go, I guess. But so far, what I've seen, it's like, oh shit, dude, I'm not gonna pay the extra money to have 2 of these or 32 of that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm DeeTer, so I'm just gonna suck it up and I'm just gonna drink the whole 32 at one stand.
Word up. Word up.
So
I feel you, kid. I'm the same way. I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna drink it. Cheers.
I got
it's a good concept.
Rice lager here.
Nice.
It's only like.
So when you do a rice lager, what are you replacing the rice with in place of? How does that work?
I'm putting. So I did like. It's like a close to 5% beer. I use a bunch of Pilsner malt and then I add parboiled rice. And I mash with that, and it's a really light mash. It's easy to deal with, and
does it replace the barley?
So the rice is replacing the barley, yeah.
Okay.
So it just comes out with a super light, crispy, easy drinking lager.
Now,
so it's like Bud Light with flavor.
Right. The sugars from the rice is pretty much just sugars. You're not getting any of the malts, nothing from it. I'm getting some from the malt and from the rice. The malt actually will convert the rice to the fermentable sugars. In Japan, they make
without the malt, you're not going to get the fermentable sugars.
Well, in Japan, you make sake out of the rice, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you just get straight alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like just a really, it's like I said, what I was talking about earlier. It's a really like adding sugar to an IPA. The yeast just can eat that a lot faster. They can eat the more complex sugars out of the malts.
And raises the ABV up.
Yeah, it raises the ABV.
So what does that hang about 4.5 to 5?
Yeah, this is like 4.5, close like 4.75 probably, but it's super light and easy drinker, man. I just just have it on tap so I can drink. I also have a Czech 10, which is like a 4.5% as well.
Now, what does the 10 represent? So I've seen that before.
10 Plato. It's like that's the amount of sugar you're starting with. The starting gravity is 10 Plato. So it ends up being a 4.5% beer.
Okay.
But it's just an easy light drinker. Like you go to Human Robot, they have the 10. Czech 10 is their light pale lager. And then they have a 12, which is their half dark, the Palotomavi, which is awesome. And then sometimes they have the darker one. It's like a 14.
We had the Kings Road Palotomavi at House of Brews. So, about 6 or 7 months ago, and it sold really well. And people really, it was good.
It's awesome.
And shout out to Kings Road, man. They're making some good stuff. I'm a big fan.
Does the stuff you're getting coming out? Is that all coming out of Medford?
I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest, John. I go through my rep. Did you say one doesn't put out the same as the other?
Yeah, they don't. And I was talking to the guy, Bob, the owner, the other day, and he told me they can't. Even though they're like the same LLC, they're two separate entities, the breweries themselves.
No shit. I didn't know that. That's a good question.
They can't take like the beer that I made at Medford and move it to Haddonfield.
No shit.
I did not know that.
And like Tonewood just opened a bigger place in Barrington a year and a half ago. Apparently they can't. If they brew that in Barrington, they aren't allowed to take it to Oak Glen.
Oh, no shit. I didn't know.
They are not allowed. It's like strictly prohibited with the ABC and the whole Murphy thing that he won't sign.
Man, Jersey, man, just crippling fucking laws.
Yeah, I know. It's fucking ridiculous.
And
that's insane, dude.
Because I was the other night I was out with I was at Double Nickel. We have another smaller homebrew club I'm a member of. And I was hanging out with Billy Pozniak, who's a brewer from Third State.
Yeah, nice.
And I was like, I don't know if they're going to have it in both locations. He's like, they can't. They just can't. That's the laws. They can't have it in both places. Even if you have two spots, you can't transport beer between them. It has to be brewed on that address, and that's it.
Wow. That's man, Jersey's fucking. It's like they're trying to kill breweries. It doesn't make sense.
Nah. Well, the other guys got more money, more lobby, all that.
Yeah. It's all about who's getting their pockets lined.
But, Murphy came out and said, I want to change the liquor licenses and all that stuff. And then now he won't sign the stupid bill.
Well, I went to the Beer Festival National Park. It was
how was that?
Yeah, man, it was good. I really like, what was it, Bankers and Farmers.
Oh, in Woodstown?
Yeah, man, good fucking beer, man. Yeah, and then they had Neck of the Woods. Neck of the Woods had some good stuff. And,
I like them guys. The good beers they're putting out.
4 or 5 breweries, and then after that, I went to 8 and Sand. 8 and Sand had a new IPA, which was Sunlight Splatters.
I like 8 and Sand, man. They're doing good stuff over there, man. It's a consistent brewery.
You were talking about Italian Pilsners, and they have a pretty good Italian Pilsner, the Gabagool.
Right.
Nice.
But they're really good with their old style beers, man. They're really good with that stuff, man.
Was there any Lost Elephant at that brew fest you went to?
No, it was just strictly like South Jersey.
Lost Elephant's right over in Elmer.
Yeah,
they just opened.
Really?
Yeah, I did a beer review on Craft Beer Fanatics on Facebook, Rick's Beer Ventures on YouTube.
Yeah, I saw it.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean they got some good stuff over there, and it's a cool joint. It's quaint, it's laid back, it's a good session place, dude. You smoke a fucking bowl, hang out, just drink some beer. It's laid back. It's a stress-free kind of joint. I loved it over there.
Check out.
It's worth it.
I met the brewer a while ago, and he was doing stuff with Neck of the Woods before he went.
Yeah, I think him and the guy from Neck of the Woods grew up together.
Yeah.
There was a 13 Child, like the usual suspects for South Jersey, I would say.
Stonewood and Bonesaw and Axe and Arrow there?
No. Axe and Arrow was there. Bonesaw, I don't think so. But the lines were
putting some solid beers out, man.
Who's that?
Yeah.
Axe and Arrow.
Yes, they are. Big fan.
The brewers, they're really cool.
I'm not big on the fruited beer, but they do a great job with their fruited beers, man.
Their sours, they're very creative. They're very creative, man. They're not afraid to push the barrel line.
The waffle cone line is pretty damn good.
Okay.
I brought that into my joint a couple months ago. It sold really well.
They just, I was just over. My buddies have Tanner Brewing.
Nice. Shout out to Tanner.
And Josh from Axnero was over there brewing with them.
Nice.
It was like the 3rd of July. I was over there picking up some yeast, and they're doing porter collaboration with him. Porter with, and they're going to do the waffle cone thing to it.
Nice.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of theirs, man. They're very creative with everything they do. They're not afraid to just fucking like, let's do it, you know? I think that's how the Mo Jarkle series came in, that peanut butter and jelly sour series, which is actually pretty fucking good. It tastes like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
It does.
Boys, we're at that hour mark. I don't know how, but we are. Jesus Christ, that flew by pretty quick.
Yeah.
Go Eagles. How about that preseason game coming
Saturday night. Real quick on the Eagles, we just signed 2 linebackers the other day, Miles Jack and Zach Cunningham. Good veteran linebackers that bring competition to the linebacker core in practice. I love it. I still think Nakobe Dean is going to be your quarterback of the defense. Huge fan. The kid's a stud, but adding these 2 guys was a great addition. Reed Blankenship, Ngata, Jalen Carter, Nolan Smith, Trey Sermon, all having really good mini camps. Keep an eye out for them young bucks. How we drafted well. It's going to be a good season this year for the Eagles.
Man, Hurts is looking awesome too, man. All the practices.
Listen,
everybody's saying Hurts is the. Oh, he just.
I was never so wrong in my life about sports. About that kid's the real deal. That kid's a field general.
I was just ranked 3rd out of all his peers.
Yeah,
man.
And that's impressive because there's only one quarterback ahead of him.
Yeah.
So
it's a stud.
Out of the 3 of us here, Kelly Green jerseys. Yes.
Nope. Never.
I like the dark ones.
Oh my God! Really? You guys are.
I like green. I like the dark ones. And DeeTer, I'm gonna say this. Think about it. Was it '99 when they introduced the Midnight Green? Which number 1 is a cool ass fucking name. That's just a fucking James Bond name. That's a cool name. But since then, since they brought the Midnight Green in, the Eagles are top 2 or 3 in winning percentage in the NFL throughout the regular season and playoffs. I don't believe in omens or superstitions, but I do. So if that's worth anything, and on top of it, we've won a Super Bowl and been to 2 other ones since we brought those fucking jerseys on. So,
you weren't. There wasn't too many Super Bowls with the Kelly Green.
None.
1980 or 81, and they lost.
Oh shit!
And some really like decent teams that weren't that great. You know, the Buddy Ryan years were good, but they had a great defense, but they couldn't. You know, they couldn't beat the Bears in the fog. You know.
Amen.
Oh shit, man! I fucking love having this guy on. Thank you so much, John, for being on tonight, man. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
But it's about that time. I think we should close up shop, and we'll try to bring you back on, John. Hopefully, with the football season going well. Everybody. Cheers. Have a good night.
Cheers. My beer's empty, but I want a triple IPA like DeeTer.